something for what it's worth. With you, heaven is a place on earth, and I will take you there. I'll take you. Greetings, TAYliens, and welcome back to Tarot with Tay. Welcome to the Tay gang. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you can become a TAYlien and get extra special additional messages at the end of all of the readings. I was getting all tongue-tied and twisted right there, but again, extra special messages for my TAYliens that are subscribed to the channel at the very end. This video is no different here. We are going to be talking about how do they discuss you when you leave the room. Like, what is said? What are the vibes? What's the energy? What's the tea? Let's go ahead and get into it. We do have 4 groups to be selected from. We have group 1 with the groundhog spirit. We have group 2 with the eagle spirit. We have group 3 with the moth spirit, and we have group 4 with the nightingale spirit. All right, so like we said, in addition to these 4 extra special groups, we do have TAYlien messages at the end for those of you that are already subscribed to the channel. And if you are also interested in getting extra exclusive content, behind the scenes footage, and just extra downloads, be sure to join our Patreon, which I will leave in the description box down below, as well as if you are interested in booking a personal reading, that will also be in the description box down below. I've also had a lot of new people to flood in and ask about tip jars and things of that nature. It's in the description box down below as well. Thank you in advance for those of you who have asked. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. And also, speaking of a new flood, there has been at least an additional 300 to 400 of you that have joined in the last couple of days. And I just want you guys to come up to the front and let us know that you are new to the fam by leaving a butterfly or a white heart emoji in the comment section down below. And let me know where you came from. I think that the majority of you are flooding in from TikTok because we have great vibes over on TikTok. If you are watching on YouTube and you're not in tune with TikTok, I totally, completely recommend that you hop in over there as well. We are about to hit 100K on TikTok. I'm so grateful for that as well. And I love to see the two families blending together. All right, so no long talking. Let's go ahead and get into this reading and find out, how do they speak of you when you leave the room, love? Let's see. All right, so welcome into my group number 1s. We have the groundhog spirit that says time to let go, and it's the number 31. Let me see, can we place that there? Yep. Yeah, we can. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out, how do people speak of you when you leave the room? How do people tend to speak of group number 1 when they leave the room? How do people tend to speak of group number 1 when they leave the room? There could be some sort of shyness, anxiety, or tenseness, like you just seem uncomfortable, it seems. We have Jupiter expansion, yeah, out of your comfort zone. But let's see. Let's continue on. How do people tend to speak about group number 1 when they leave the room? We have priest. So people may speak of you seeming like anxious, tense, ready to go. And if they are unaware, they don't really know where this stems from, but immediately I know that it's about overwhelming energies. Okay, so people may just see you as being overwhelmed here. We have thief. Jupiter, priest, thief. Yeah, there's this acute awareness. Let me keep pulling cards. It seems as though when you leave the room, people are cognizant and aware of who in the room specifically makes you uncomfortable. Whether you address this or not, there's something about your energy that's very easy to read, and people can tell who and what is making you anxious or uncomfortable or feeling exposed even, because I see with this here, this made me think of like masks that have been implemented in the last few years. There's something here about, and even in this image, the headwear on top of her, there's something about this protectiveness, like you seem, again, either tense or closed off or uncomfortable here, because of certain people in the room. It could be like, because you know, like ever since the mask thing and what started all that, every time people cough now, everyone's like, you know, let's see here. How do people speak of you when you leave the room? We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so if I'm being honest, the way that people tend to speak of you when you leave the room is that you seem a bit pretentious, like the tenseness, the standoffish, the cold kind of energy. Like they feel like it's because you think that you're too good or better than everyone in the room, or because you're like, they have this energy of like you seem rich and like people shouldn't get too close to you. Even if you only have $5 in your bank account, people think you look rich, dog. So just take it, okay? We have the Hanged Man here. How do people speak of group number one when they leave the room? How do people speak of group number one when they leave? There's something here that makes them laugh or smile here. Like you making, there's something here. You might actually say it. For some of you, you might actually say that someone is making you uncomfortable. Maybe that's what made you leave the room. And it kind of makes people laugh. But it also has this vibration of like, I respect you though. Like I respect what you have to say. Yeah, the Five of Wands here. It's like you definitely, I think you might leave the room. This is obviously very specific, so you couldn't pick another group, but this is very specific. Speaking in terms of when someone or something is making you uncomfortable, or when you want to leave a certain area, this is what people usually speak about. It's like, oh, like they have their boundaries. They didn't like this vibe. They thought that this was, oh, okay. This is kind of a term that could be a little, oh. Okay, so there's like this energy of like some people coming through as pretentious, and specifically if you are colored, a person of color, I'm hearing like coonery, like maybe like people feel like you think you're too good for your own kind. Okay, look, I'm just reading the cards here, okay? And then we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, like there's definitely this energy here of like, people honestly view you as someone who just is like pretentious. Like that's how they view you when you leave the room. But you know what's interesting is that every time I learn that people feel this way about me, it's always told in the end that basically I was just uncomfortable in that space. So there's something about you that is easily misread, because when you are uncomfortable, you tend to kind of like stand up straight, not really say too much, okay? And this may make people think that you are like bougie or pretentious is the word that keeps coming through here. But again, in reality, it's really just you are very protective of your energy, and very cognizant of your safety here. Let's see. Let's get one more tarot card. The Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, like there's something here about like, this is again very specific. So pick another group, because like this is relevant to those that it's relevant to, but this is not always how people speak of you when you leave the room. This may have just been a recent circumstance. Okay, so let me know in the comment section down below what this may have been. But I kind of see like, I don't know if you, I'm getting for some of you, you were literally like in a bank, and I keep getting like this essence of being standoffish. And again, because we ended off on the Queen of Cups and all of your cards are cool tones, your energy is very cool, calm, and collected, and reserved. And it makes people think that you feel as though people are trying to come for you or come after you, or take something from you or ask you for something. There's like this essence here of people feel like you stay to yourself, and the way that they speak of you when you leave the room is that, oh, that person didn't want me to ask. Like, let's say you had some food, they were like, oh yeah, this person was like ready to go once they got their food because they didn't want me to ask them for any, or this person was ready to go once they got their so-and-so because they didn't want me to ask them for any. There's something here about like what you seem to have in plenty that you don't want to share, not because you don't have to. I don't know what's going on here, but there's something about like people speak of you when you leave the room as if you did not want to share something, as if you did not want to speak up about something, as if you did not want to give something away. There's just like a wall, quite honestly. A wall, I'm hearing a protective barrier that lets it be known that you do not want to be bothered. Okay, it seems like you come in, also another essence here too is like you came in speaking about business and that was it. Like you seem to be very center focused on whatever it is that you came to do, and anything outside of that, it's rare that you will stick around for that. Like this card right here with these the dice on it, it kind of seems like it's a toss-up. It's a gamble if you stick around for too long, or it's a gamble if you will stay for the fun. Like maybe you come for like a business meeting and they plan to have like a party after. They usually would not expect you to stay after because they either feel like you don't want to give your energy out, you're not interested in having fun with these people, you may not like these people. There's just something here about like your energy just being not easily accessible to people, and it's perceived in many different ways by other people, but honestly only you know what that is. Maybe you do feel like you're too good to be around those people and that's your business, you know. Maybe you do feel like someone's going to ask you for something that you don't want to give. There's another thing too, like maybe you just have a very protective energy where it's like people can tell that you have a very stoic essence where you don't want to share too much, like even if it's not like tangible goods or money. You just, I don't know, I think that people have a tendency to want to ask you a lot of questions, or they try to pry, and you've learned over time that this is just how your energy influences people, and so you learn to like keep your distance, to back off, to create a shield of protection, or a divide between you and them. Okay, there's this essence of a division between church and state, if you will. But you seem to be all about business is what it comes down to here. So let's get an overall card for you, your animal spirit. This can be a sign, symbol, synchronicity, or just a bit of advice for you. This could be related to the reading or not at all. So take it as it resonates. Final card for group number 1, Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you, the number 52. To me, this is just all in the fact that you know how powerful you are. You know the vibration that you are on, like the frequency that you're vibrating at, and you just don't see any time, you don't see the purpose in wasting time, okay, or trying to explain anything or trying to explain yourself. All right, so that is all that I have for you, group number 1 that selected the Groundhog Spirit. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave love in the comment section down below to let me know if this resonated. Leave a beetle emoji in the comment section down below and let me know, how did you interpret this message here and how accurate or true it may be. All right, I'm off to group number 2. See ya. Group number 2 that resonates with the Eagle Spirit, that State Spirit has your back, the number 23. Let's go ahead and get started with your reading. I'm going to place your card right back here. And honestly, I already am picking up on the energy that you are spoken of as stoic, hard to read, very protective, aloof, head in the clouds, but very grounded at the same time. Okay, so let's see how this message is going to unfold for you. Archangel Michael is coming through really strongly here for you. We have Aquarius energy. Okay, and I associate Archangel Michael with the King of Swords, and Aquarius energy resonates with that King of Swords for me. Whenever I see the King of Swords, it immediately makes me think of Aquarius or Gemini energy. Okay, and then we have Pluto, transformation. All right, let's see. How do people tend to speak of you when you leave the room? We have Visionary that came out as well. Okay, so we've got Aquarius, we've got visionary, very forward thinking, again, like that aloof, but very grounded at the same time. You come across as very innovative. So people speak of you very highly when you leave the room. They're like, they are marveling over your ideas. I'm hearing over your eccentricity, your ability to tap into what is otherworldly but necessary for the world that we're currently in. Yeah, gambler. It's like this essence of, I know that this has never been done before, never been said before, never been seen before, but I'm very confident in it, okay? People, when you leave the room, they're talking about how extraordinary your mind is. Let's see. We have observer. See, again, like that stoic, standoffish energy here. They complement your artistic eye as well here. Your attention for detail is another thing that's coming through here. Yeah, hermit. Okay, so this is coming through here too as something that is very unexpected of you. You work really well with other people, although you don't seem to like want to work with people, and that may not be the case, but it seems like you don't want to work with people, but you work well with people. You get what I'm saying? Talk to me about how they speak of my group number 2s when they leave the room. We have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, there's like this essence here where people are like, yeah, it seems like they would rather be somewhere else, but when they're here, they do a really great job. They really get everything done. Let's see, the 4 of Swords. You have this essence here where you seem like you would rather be anywhere but wherever you are, but that doesn't make you non-conforming. It's like you conform in the moment when you see fit, when you see necessary here, okay? Yeah, justice. You give what you know is supposed to be given at that point in time. How do people tend to speak of my group number 2s when they leave the room? We have the Ace of Wands. I don't know, it keeps coming through like you just seem bored, like you would rather be somewhere else, but it doesn't stop the creative flow. It doesn't stop your participation. The Knight of Wands here. It's like it's almost as if people feel like you apply yourself so that you can hurry up and leave, so that you can hurry up and go home, so that you can hurry up and hermit, literally, so that you can hurry up and go on about your day. Look at that, the Nine of Wands. It's like I'm seeing here, you're like preparing yourself with this wand to let the wall of wands come down, and you step over that wall, participate, do what you got to do, and then you're ready to hurry up and run back behind your wall. Okay, so people just speak of you as someone who's very protective of their energy, and your reading is about to be so quick, you guys, because literally that's how people speak of you. It's like, damn, like they really came and got the job done, but it was so fast. I wish that they would have explained this, or I wish that they would have said that, or I would like, there's this essence here where it's like people feel like you leave the room way too quickly. They feel like you leave too quickly. They feel like they would like to know more about you. They would like to see more into your mind frame. People always seem to leave or like fall away from you dissatisfied because they want more, but it's always more than what you are willing to give. And I'm not joking that we are about to grab your last card, and that's going to be it for group number 2. I'm sorry, but this is how the energy is flowing. Okay, look, Wombat Spirit, be at home. It's like you're literally always in a rush to go back home. That's how people feel. It's like you are always in a rush to just be to yourself. You're always in a rush to design to yourself. You're always in a rush to whatever. We have Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings, and I don't know, like people feel like you are like this so that you don't have to worry about being stung by people trying to benefit off of you for their own personal gain. I just feel like people really, I just keep seeing this energy of like people reaching into a bag. Like they always want to take from you. They always want to take from you. And so you've just learned to give and then go, so that there's no more that's taken from you than what you are willing to put out. Group number 2, I'm sending you so much love, so much life, honestly. If you are seeing this, I want to see you put your star emojis in the comment section down below. I want to see my stars shining super bright. That star, to me, is representative of the light within the lantern on the Hermit card. I see you, I feel you. There's a reason why you resonate with the eagle, because the eagle flies high. The eagle doesn't usually flock with others. I think that they have like their main partner that they're with throughout most of their lifetime. I'm not really sure. If you know anything about eagles, please leave some nerd facts about eagles in the comment section down below and how it resonates with this particular group, because eagles fly the highest, which is why you have visionary here. You fly the highest, meaning that you can see more, you can do more, you can give more, and that tends to let people think that they can take from you. They're like, oh, you have it all, so let me just take. No, 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 no. You've learned your boundaries. You've learned to pull away whenever you feel necessary. So I'm also seeing here too that people would describe your energy when you leave the room as very soft spoken, very humble as well. Like you don't go out of your way to brag about how innovative or how cool or magnificent you actually are, even though you truly are. All right, so I'll be looking for my star emojis in the comment section down below and my eagle facts. Oh my gosh, you can leave an eagle emoji down below too, because I think there is an eagle emoji. So I'll be looking for my eagle emojis and my stars. I will see you guys next time. If you're a TAYlian, I'll see you at the very end of this reading, but I'm on group number 3 that resonates with the moth spirit that says surrender now, and the number 39. I'm going to place your card right back here. And we're going to go ahead and get started and find out, how do people speak of you when you leave the room? How do people speak of group number 3 when they leave the room? We have Cancerian energy. We have 7th house relating at the bottom of the deck. How do people tend to speak of group number 3 when they leave the room? We have the Destroyer. We have the Advocate at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm picking it up already. How do people describe group number 3 when they leave the room? Okay, so now I'm seeing why. Okay, I'm seeing why now. I was picking up on energies from group number 2. I was hearing 2, 2, 2. Like you might want to check out group number 2 if you felt guided to do so. But what I'm seeing here with surrender now is you tend to leave people with some information and you let them do with that what they will, and you remove yourself from the situation. I think that you may even quite often act as a lesson or a teacher to people in their life, and they have to sit with it, because your last card was religious, and it's like people have to take what you said and they have to pray about it, or they have to sit with it. Okay, the Destroyer card says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. It's like you kind of, I don't know what it is, but for some reason whenever you leave the room, people view you as some sort of like teacher, guide, or life coach or therapist here. Okay, so for some of you this could be like your actual occupation. With this Cancerian energy here, you could also be a parent, or you remind people of someone, quite often usually an elder or someone in their life. You have a very soft way of delivering a difficult message of how people are hindering themselves, blocking themselves. And a lot of the time it's like hindering themselves, blocking themselves from external love. There's something here about like, existing too much in the shadow, and people realize how much they've been in their shadow, how much they've been resonating in hatred, how much they've been resonating in negative energy when you leave. Yeah, the 6 of Swords. You really make people sit and think and pray about things, and you've got a lot of wisdom. I keep being drawn to the lips here. It's like people really respect what you have to say. We have the 4 of Wands. that Four of Wands and the Six of Swords with the Destroyer, it's like you really teach people how to fix their home, repair their home with little to nothing, you know? Yeah, the Ace of Swords, like it's always a simple word. Okay, so when you leave the room, people are stuck on whatever you said to them that stood out to them in that moment in time, and they ruminate on it. They have to think with it. They have to sit with it. We have the King of Wands reversed. That also came out with the Knight of Wands reversed. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Y'all, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I'm getting this essence of like how a mature, maternal, evolved energy or figure in someone's life would say something. It's almost like that essence of like, you know, when you do something and that one person that you really look up to is like, I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed. It's that kind of energy here. And it's like, you don't say that you're disappointed to try and shame. It's really just you expressing how you truly feel, how something may have hurt you. You really make people look at the bigger picture, like, because they're so focused on the small scope that they don't zoom out, which takes us back to group number 2. So definitely check out group number 2. You make people kind of reflect on their actions, and it also shows them how they may have needed your words or your advice a while ago because it would have helped them avoid certain issues. To also help them rewrite certain programming. It's like when you leave the room, again, people are not necessarily thinking about you. They're thinking about what you said and how you made them feel and what it makes them think of. And it always comes down to you influencing them to be a better person. Okay? And even like as I'm talking right now, I just feel, again, like the essence of someone that you really love, adore, and look up to, and you disappoint them. And it's like, damn, like I really should have thought about that. But like, it's like an essence where it's like, how did I not think of that myself? How did I not see that myself? All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull one last animal oracle card to wrap up your message. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Yeah. So this is what I'm seeing here, is that you act as that halt, that yield that people sit with when they realize that they've been running so fast. Yeah, chameleon spirit, act as if this is you. It's like, yes, exactly. There's something here about like your essence coming through is like this slow moving chameleon who's all the colors of the rainbow and can fit into any environment, teaching a lesson to an antelope. It's like, I don't know, there's like this essence here where it's like people may even be like, how the hell would you know? Like, you're not an antelope, you can't tell me what to do, you weird chameleon. And then they realize that the chameleon knows more than what they give them credit for. Yeah, because even in this imagery, I never really sat here and looked at it, but this antelope is running from himself. Look at how his eyes are like looking at this shadow of himself. You may tend to highlight when people are running from themselves, or again, just harming themselves. You honestly, you may know the impact that you have on people, and you may also know that that is why they can't be around you for too long, or you might even just remove yourself from the energy because you know that it can be a lot for you to handle being around specific kinds of people that have like this super destructive energy. But you work really well with these kinds of people. Like you have like this very quiet soul that I think would work really well with troubled souls or troubled youth here. You know, like those students or those children that are usually super troubled. They always get in trouble in class or in school or at home. but there's always that one adult figure that they respect like no other, that they listen to like no other. You are that figure to them. You are someone that people cannot forget about, and you definitely breed a lot of evolution through the lessons that you teach. And there's this energy here that you have with this Cancerian energy that tells me that you are very gentle. You have a very gentle touch. Even if it can be a bit harsh, you still do it gently. You meet the student right where they are. And with this King of Wands in the reverse, with this Knight of Wands in the reverse, I see that you have a tendency to respectfully put someone's ego in check. And again, this may have them running from you. This may have them denying you. But you know that you've done all you could. You know that there's always going to be like that resistance. But you focus on progress more than perfection. You would make a great teacher. Not even you would make a great teacher. You are a great teacher in whatever aspect. Even if you are a stylist or a bank teller, you teach people through your existence, through the stories that you tell. Okay, so this is all that I have for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a TAYliens, I'll see you at the very end of this message. If you are interested in Patreon or booking a personal reading, that is in the description box down below. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much life, but come on. Group number 4 that resonates with the Nightingale spirit that states love is all around. I'm going to put your card back here, the number 41, and I'm getting something about you being a dream teller. But let's see. How do people tend to speak of you when you leave the room? We have North Node. So I say dream teller, and I'm picturing like someone painting a canvas, literally or figuratively. Mostly figuratively. Painting the canvas with every step that they take. Like every move of yours is calculated, well thought out, and pre-planned. Child magical. Yeah. North Node, child magical. People just feel like your steps are divinely guided. Like you definitely have a magical essence to you, a magical vibration. Beauty. This is what I feel like people would label as like God's favorite, you know? People get offended by that. And I don't care. And literally, as I'm saying, God's favorite, religious is at the bottom of the deck. Check group number 3 because that religious card came out there. I think that that message is definitely pertaining to you as well. So let's see. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh yeah. So this can breed a lot of jealousy here too. So yeah, the 8 of Wands. There could definitely be a lot of like haterations, gossip, because people are triggered by your seemingly perfect essence. I heard disguise. So people, the Page of Cups. Yeah, like there's this questioning of your innocence or your essence. The Ace of Swords. There's a questioning of your truth, wondering if you are who you say you are, if it's just a facade. We have the King of Cups. Because people just feel like you're too good to be true. The King of Swords peeking out is the 10 of Swords. Yeah, like people feel like that's not who they really are behind closed doors. And honestly, who really cares what they think? You know, this is just how they're talking about you when you leave the room. Of course, there's like this split here. I'm seeing there's like this gossiping group of people who are like, oh, like, dang, yeah. And there's these other people who are like, oh, that person's so sweet, that person's so thoughtful, that person's so kind, so caring, so giving. I'm seeing the word beauty here twice. We already have the beauty card, but the child magical card says seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And then for some people too, the ones that perceive you as sweet, or yeah, it's sweet, they actually see you as naive and someone who may need to be protected or saved even in a way. Or at least put on game is what I heard. People feel like sometimes maybe you need to be put on game so you don't see life through such a rose-tinted lens for your own protection. Now, another thing too, when you leave the room, people may tend to talk about someone that is around you or near you that doesn't like you in the way that they say that they do. This is like the ones that want to put you on and let you know, like, hey, like, your friend is actually jealous of you. You know, like, it's that kind of energy here. Where it's like they want to point out the obvious, what's obvious to everyone else, but not obvious to you because maybe you see too much beauty. That's what it is. Like, people feel like you have a rose-tinted perspective of life sometimes. And some people want to protect you and like put you on game or teach you about this, like a father, maternal type of energy, trying to protect their baby girl from the world kind of essence, okay? No matter your gender, classification or anything like that. And then there's others that will want to take advantage of this. And then there's the others within that negative aspect as well that think that it's a facade, that this isn't really you. Let's get Animal Spirit Oracle to close out this message. Koi Fish Spirit, there is always enough. Yeah, like there's like, you just, rose-tinted lenses, like you just see perfection in everything and everyone. And sometimes it's like for people that don't even deserve it. Okay, bottom of the deck is Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. And this card being all black here, I just feel like sometimes people want to shield you. They want to protect you. They want to, yeah, there's definitely this essence of like wanting to protect you from the world because they like your perspective, your naivety even for some, okay? And this is honestly a trait that you should not be ashamed of, but just learn to discern and protect yourself accordingly. Okay, so if you are a TAYlien, I will see you at the very end of this message. If you selected any other group, I will see you there. If you're interested in joining Patreon, or if you're interested in booking a personal reading, that is linked in the description box down below. All right, I'll see you guys next time. I'm off to the next group. Last but not least, my TAYliens. Greetings, you all. So to describe my TAYliens group, how people speak of you when you leave the room, you have the number 50, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. All right, I'm going to place your card right back here. And we're going to dive into your reading, TAYliens. Let's find out, how do people speak of you when you leave the room? We have Gemini with Neptune. Okay. So, we have Venus, love at the bottom of the deck. You have a dreamy, fanciful perspective of life, it seems like. We have Prostitute that came out, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So, the way that people speak of you when you leave the room is someone who does something that they know may not be the best thing for them, for their pleasure. You may romanticize certain aspects or certain things in your life without deluding yourself. There's like this very strict balance between like, I know that I'm indulging in this, I know it's not good for me, but I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to have fun with it, and I'm going to do it in moderation. We have Avenger, desire to balance the scales. I just said like the scales, a balance. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. We have Denial and Secret Admirer. Yeah, see? There's also this essence here too where you seem to be very matter of fact and opinion based. Not opinion based, I meant to say factually based. And clear minded. It's like you romanticize what you want to romanticize, but when it comes down to other people, you don't let emotions rule. You keep this level-headedness to where it's like, again, like let's look at this as like dating, because we have Denial and Secret Admirer here. Let's say that you're like out dating or you're just out talking to people. If they don't outright come and say like, oh, I'm interested in you, or oh, I want to take you on a date, or oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, you're gonna pretend like they're just a friend. Like, I mean, not even pretend, you're going to treat them as just a friend. Like, even if you know very clearly that they want you, you're like, I don't see it until you say it. You know? Bottom of the deck, we have Student here. You teach people how to be real with you, how to interact with you. Let's see. How do people speak of you when you leave the room, my TAYliens? How do people speak of my TAYliens when they leave the room? We have the Ten of Swords here. There's something about people feeling like they fumbled the bag, or they didn't read you right, or something like that, or they flucked up again. Temperance. The Two of Cups. See, I was picking up a lot on like relationships here. Maybe you feel like everyone could have a crush on you. Not saying that this is how you perceive. It's like you're the type who's like, yeah, everyone says that they like me. Okay, well, prove it, you know? And you're not the one to... You're not gonna fake the funk. Yeah, literally, I pulled the Queen of Swords off the back of the deck. You're like, I'm not gonna fake the funk. I'm not paying attention to you until you match your words with your actions. Like people feel like you don't see them until they like make themselves be seen. We have the Princess of Cups here. You're really sweet. You're really sweet, but it's like they feel like they have to do everything to even earn your time, effort, or energy. It's like you just, what is that? That song where sis is like, I'm blind or something like that. Like you are purposely blind, or you like purposely blind yourself to things, okay? Look at that, the Ace of Swords. Even when you know the truth, you're like, okay, and they didn't bring it to me, so I don't care, you know? Three of Cups. But again, you still keep this very friendly demeanor here. So it's like, you kind of really keep people on their toes, if I'm being honest. When you leave the room, people talk about... There's something here about like, something that they really like about you. And they may talk about it in like a platonic way, but it's really like deeper than that. For those of you that resonates with, because we have the Two of Cups here, and it's like, you just seem like the perfect person, the perfect, like, there's like this vibration here where like people tend to really like you. A lot of people may tend to have a crush on you, but they kind of hide it, and they hope that you will call them out on it. But you're the type that's like, no, like, you're like, if you don't blatantly come out and be like, yeah, I'm interested, then you're not going to pretend. Like, just because you compliment my hair, or you compliment this, or you compliment that, or you boost my ego, that does nothing for me. There's like this essence here, excuse me, with my TAYliens, where it's like thank you, but I'm deeper than that, you know? Like there's this, I'm deeper than that. Okay, let's get one last card. We have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit at the bottom of the deck. And yeah, like co-create, like take your idea and materialize it into the real world. You have this idea that you want to date me. Okay, then do what it takes to date me, you know, and then marry it into the world. Literally, this card says use your mind wisely. Like, your pigs fly. Pigs fly. You see what I'm talking about with this fanciful energy here? People feel like they only have a chance with you if pigs fly. And you're like, no, you only have a chance with me if you genuinely try and I genuinely like you. You know when to be delusional. You know when to keep your head on straight. And even when you choose to be delusional, you are completely aware of the truth. But again, with prostitute being at the center of your reading, it says accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. It's like, I know that everyone desires me, da 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 da, in whatever scope this means. Maybe it just means like they just want you to be on their team, even if it's not romantic. But it's like, yeah, I know that everyone feels like I'm like the golden ticket. But if you know that, then prove it, you know? Like, it's like, don't just realize I'm a golden ticket and expect the golden ticket to just be on your side with no offering. So there's like this essence of like, show love, show gratitude, be real. Like, I don't know, there's like this, I don't know how to really describe this, but it's like, this is how people are speaking of you, is like, if you don't bring it straight to their face, they will ignore it. They also feel like if they don't pour into you, for some of you, it's literally like money. If they don't give you gifts or whatever, then you're not interested. And it's like, I've been dabbling with this too, like this concept, because people are always like, oh, like, why do you have to have money or gifts or whatever to know that someone wants to be around you, be with you? It's literally an offering that you bring to something that you see valuable. It's like when you go to the store and you want that computer, You don't just come and be like, oh, I want that computer, like bring it here. You buy the fucking computer because it's what you have to do. You have to put your money where your mouth is. You say you want it, then prove it. Okay, I'm done. I'm gone. This is all that I have for my TAYliens. I will see you guys next time. Make sure you drop your UFOs, your alien emojis in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.